Son of Godzilla. Alright, Son of Godzilla was released in December 16th, 1967 in Japan, of course, right? And this is probably my least favorite. This one and Godzilla's Revenge, which both feature Godzuki, Minya, Manila, whatever the hell his name really is. But anyways, okay, this movie takes place where it looks like it takes place right after the movie Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, as well known as also as Everett Horror of the Deep. And around this time, Toho was really going more towards a younger audience, and there's a lot of similarities you'll see on later films that went really more juvenile, except for the movie, the original Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla from 1974. But this one, in particular, it takes place in a where you're not really sure if Godzilla's male or female. Everybody thinks, and I totally agree with them, that Godzilla, it argues the question: is Godzilla male or female, or is he, or that ridiculous movie where he produces eggs sexually? This the thought about is just revolting. I'm just kidding, guys. But anyways, so there's a deserted island, of course. This is a very familiar subject on here, where scientists are experimenting with weather controlling devices. They're creating a weather device by using some type of nuclear energy. And a reporter comes down to investigate and finds this lonely young girl with some strange and really off the wall powers. I don't know if they're powers or anything. She kind of does something go. And it's just downright ridiculous. It's really, I feel like I want to get that for my car alarm. If they, if you get the girl from this movie, she would be a good car alarm, because it's supposed to be some kind of device that's able to call the Godzilla's young son. So she's a girl who's been trapped on this island since she was a little girl, and her father was actually devoured by the main kaiju on this film, who is known on different films or different versions of this movie as Spiga, and better known by myself, Kumanga. Later he's called on Destroy All Monsters. So Godzilla on here, this basically he's teaching his son how to be the fire breathing mutant kaiju, and there's a girl on here that has some kind of relationship with the little son on here. It also features the first time featuring also Kamacuras, as he's known in Final Wars as a giant dragonfly or praying mantis. And it overall, this film is it's just another film where you see an island and some scientists. And this is definitely not one of my favorites. And this is actually the first Godzilla film I ever saw as a child, as a young child. And it's appropriate because take away all the cheesiness of this film and all the bad, and a lot of the dubbing sounds a lot like this, and everybody seems to talk like this, or they talk like this for some reason. I have no idea why, but this is the way they dub movies like this. And I'm taking some of you out of here, yeah. So the dubbing on here, of course, is just awful. And I want to talk about the design of Minya. Minya, he looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy, kind of a cross between Godzilla and a sumo wrestler. So, and then the design of Godzilla is just horrendous. It is awful. His eyes look so big that they're gonna fall right out of his head, and he looks a lot like John Goodman from when he used to be really overweight in Roseanne, a lot like that. So the scientists have to they decide that the monsters start fighting because there is a struggle going on between the spy Kumanga and Kamacuras and Godzilla and his son. So they decide to if they're going to freeze the monsters, then freeze the island. Therefore, trapping them, and then they're able to escape. And just out of nowhere, a submarine pops up, and then all of a sudden, all ends well and ends well. But taking away that this is a really bad film, I what I really loved is the father and son dynamic that Toho is so really captured on this film. This is not my favorite Godzilla movie, but what I like about it is the father and son, because Godzilla is just a ferocious creature, and he has to, in a way, he has to learn how to be a father as well as Minion has to learn how to be a son who he doesn't know. He's just like any kid, and he's a newborn baby, and he doesn't know right or wrong, and he doesn't know when he can't do something because the island girl feeds him these fruits that are supposed to probably make him grow as well to become later on in his life a larger, of course, Godzilla. So the father and son dynamic is really good on here, and there's really tender moments, especially when him and his son have to fight because usually Godzilla had tag team partners like King Caesar, Jet Jaguar, or Mothra, Rodan, or something. Now this movie, his tag team partner is his son, his offspring. So there, in the beginning, you see Godzilla looking for his son. He's looking for his son, and he finally finds him when the Kamakers are attacking him. They're intending on having him for breakfast. So at first, Mania looks a lot like a really ugly little dinosaur, like "Not the mama, not the mama." You guys remember dinosaurs? Well, he looks a lot like that in the beginning, and he starts as he grows a little bit larger. He resembles more the Mania that we all know and love because you guys cannot deny this when you were a kid. Oh God, he's such a cutie, isn't he? He's a cute little spud, isn't he? So, just there is it's the son, the father and son, that they really explore well because Godzilla has to learn how to be a father, and Minya is just learning how to be a fire breathing monster like Godzilla. So they're kind of it's a learning experience for both of them, and that's what I really like about this film, especially at the very end with the. I think the battle's pretty awesome because honestly, what the hell can a Spiga or Kumanga or whatever the hell he's called on here um, do against Godzilla? Not a whole lot, but there's a really good scene where they have to basically they're fighting for survival to live because Kumanga kills Kamakuras and he's about to kill Minya and Godzilla and him band to take him out. As the island is freezing, so it's really compelling. It's almost on the edge of your seat entertainment for me around that time. And you see a very touching scene. I love the musical score where Minya is on the ground and after they killed the Kumanga and he's dead and then Minya's not able to fend for himself because the snow is getting they're really high for him to walk and he kind of falls over and Godzilla's walking. It looks like he's walking away. It kind of looks like he's being a jerk and just leaving his son behind because Godzilla really is a macho kind of. He's a macho man. He's a macho kind of a kaiju because he wants his son to do stuff his own way because you guys also know a later scene that they used in Godzilla's Revenge where he's trying to learn how to breathe his radioactive uh, beam and Godzilla steps on his tail in order for him to get the full blast of the heat beam. And so he kind of walks away. Then Minya's kind of crying like a little bit. I like the sound effects they use for baby Godzilla on this movie. It's real effective. And a lot of times you guys like, yeah, you sound like a donkey. It sounds a lot like a donkey. So that scene is very touching for me. Godzilla, it looks like he's walking away. He's a bit of a jerk with his son, and he wants him to be tough like him, basically, kind of dramatic kind of relationship. So finally, he gives them a nice hug, and then they freeze. And of course, they're not going to die. And the people somehow miraculously get away, or something like that. We're supposed to buy all that. Sorry, I don't buy it. Not a second. But okay, I'm gonna give this movie a. I'm gonna give because I have a new rating system good. I'm gonna give it a not bad rating right now because it's not that awful. It's not that good either. It's definitely not good. So I'm gonna give it the not bad rating. It could be better kind of rating for this film. And so there you have it. Another really good. I'm going to be doing more figures. I'm going to be buying a lot of them. I'm starting. I'm getting ready to do some more figure Bandai and X Plus and other figures that I'm buying. I'm buying the giant size one. So okay, click if you like this video. Actually, like this video because I I'm charismatic. I am still your reviewer, and I am the YouTube alternative. And I love doing this stuff because it's a love for movies, and I love Godzilla movies, and we're all gonna have just a great time because it's a really good time to be a Godzilla fan, and reviewing these old films really brings me back a lot. And like and subscribe and share it. Tell your friends about this YouTube blog because Louis Valence's Cinema Reviews is on the radar. Check me out. Please comment. Can you guys comment, even if it's just like you're just a really goofy guy with those other videos you were playing around. Basically, the last couple videos I did, it was my cheap version of Mike Myers and Adam Sandler on my guitar, because I can actually play pretty well. I'm just kidding. I'm all right. So, okay, leave a comment below. What do you think of this movie, and as well as when I talked about the father and son dynamic between Mania and Godzilla, Godzuki on this movie? What do you think about it? What kind of father and son dynamic or father and son relationship did you have? I know that's a very strange question to ask, but I'm being interactive with you guys. All right, okay, I will see you guys real soon. Oh, by the way, before I sign off, get ready because I had such a great time watching it again. King Kong Escapes. It's a really awfully bad movie. It's so bad, it's good. Okay, and it makes me laugh. And we've been working really hard preparing to give you that video because I'm not just doing Godzilla. I'm doing everything kaiju related as well as my regular movie reviews, as my classic movie reviews. So you guys stay tuned and see you then. Peace out.